everybody! Welcome to Hey, We're Talking. It's Friday.
Stop.
What? Why?
Restart.
No, I'm not.
Friday?
It's Friday.
Stop. You can't do this every Friday.
I said it's Friday. Okay.
No, you said it's Friday.
That's Bob, by the way, everybody.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Why did that become your thing?
I don't know.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is?
It's not, but that's good right there. It's Friday. Friday. Hey, Derek, what day is it?
It's Friday.
Hey. I love it. All right, welcome to the show. Man, when we start off a show like that, I can just tell it's going to be a good episode. Like, we nailed that. Don't you
Dead
think?
on. Yeah.
Yeah, the little bickering and the arguing. I didn't have anything to do with that.
I know,
that
Derek.
Just that took its own little thing. But we're gonna get refocused. And speaking of getting focused,
oh, jeez, holy crap!
Whoa.
What?
Nothing gets you focused like a cup of coffee.
Who wants coffee? Coffee? Anybody?
Head on over to pneumacoffee.com, P-N-E-U-M-A coffee.com. Chris Bean, our good friend out of Cincinnati, ethically sources and masterfully roasts and efficiently ships all the coffee that you need. Go to that website that I just mentioned, pneumacoffee.com. Use the coupon code HWT for 20% off already reasonable prices. That's HWT. It stands for Hey, We're Talking. Go over there and do that, and we will get paid a little bit of money too. That's how you support the show. It's a win-win situation. You get good coffee for a good price. Chris gets business, and we get like money.
And if you want to make a straight up donation to the show, just send money on heywe'retalking@gmail.com through PayPal. Done.
Or come to my house in Big Spring and just give me $20.
All right. Oh my gosh.
$20.
Right. Okay.
$20.
All right.
$20 is $20.
It is. Before we get going, after we have that amazing talk about Pneuma Coffee, we also want you to do us a favor. I'm going to keep saying this because I know it's going to make you guys just feel the warmth and love of being a part of the Hey, We're Talking community on YouTube. So go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the like button, and then hit that little bell. You got to smack the bell. Yeah, what's going on, Bob? Are you waving your hand like hello?
What if they're on the YouTube channel? What could they do?
They can interact with us. That's one of the best parts.
Or they could share it with all of their friends.
Yeah.
That's a key piece. Okay. You know what? If you guys get enjoyment out of this show, if you like what you see, or dislike what you see, but like what you hear, just share it with your friends. Hey, you know what? This is funny. Check it out. Put it on Instagram. Put it on Twitter. Put it on Facebook. Help us out to get some more listeners.
Yeah, even if you think it's like stupid and you want people to go like, look how dumb this show is. Do it. Although I think
this is my life's work. I don't know if I want to be called dumb. Jesus.
Yeah. Wow.
We've been working hard on. This
is your podcast too, Scott. Are we dumb?
No.
Yeah, this is like episode 313 or something. 13 or something crazy.
I did weird numbering stuff at one point. So all I know is this show is totally
excellent.
All right.
Did it hurt you when I didn't let the guitar roll in the background? Do you want the whole thing? Like if I go, this show is
excellent.
There's some people that were listening in their headphones and that probably was like, oh man, it's so high pitch.
It's not very loud. I didn't hear it. It's not that loud, so
okay.
It's cool.
As long as you think it's
pretty good.
Ha ha! All right, let's get going. It's Friday, and we got some stuff to share with you today. Oh my gosh. People have been waiting for this. I know it. They're so excited to hear about our YouTube channel of the month. The YouTube channel that we love, besides our own, of course. We do love it. We're talking. You gotta love it. But there are other YouTube channels out there, and we want to share some of them with you to get you guys in on the things that we're enjoying. So right off the top, I'm going straight to Derek. I just feel like he's got one of the good ones. Okay, Derek,
he's honed in.
Share with us your favorite YouTube of the month of April.
All right, so there's this guy who likes to fish up in the Chicago area.
Okay, we talked about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
we don't need to talk about BP fishing again. Who else?
Sometimes when you talk about BP fishing, though, it lets other people know about BP fishing, which is a good thing because then BP fishing can get more subscribers. BP fishing.
That's true.
There you go.
But
Bob
besides
Peel,
that amazing
not British
channel.
Petroleum.
No.
Yes. Besides that amazing channel, what other one is?
Yes.
Is
Okay.
on the list?
A lot of people probably heard of the Whiskey Vault.
Yeah.
They do whiskey reviews. All right. Well, the guys that do that, they have a second channel called Whiskey Tribe.
Really?
Because they are they've crowdsourced their own distillery.
What?
Pretty much. Through Patreon, they've basically built up a community, and they crowdsource a lot of money, and they've started their own little distillery. They're sourcing whiskey from other places, and they're finishing it in different barrels, and they're doing limited edition bottlings. But it's all down in Austin. If you've ever seen Daniel and Rex from Whiskey Vault, you know that they're all kinds of shenanigans. So on Whiskey Tribe, they talk about different topics, and then Rex usually does some shenanigans on Daniel. They were doing like a cigar and whiskey pairing on one episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so they like for the first part of the video it was actually like serious. Like they were actually talking about what different whiskeys and what different cigars pair well with each other.
Okay.
And then the shenanigans began. Rex was like, what we need is like not just a pairing, but a fusion. So he took a blender and he poured into the blender some Weller Special Reserve.
Oh my gosh.
And then he threw in a cigar and blended the cigar and the whiskey.
No.
And then they filtered it out in a Chemex.
Nice.
At least they filtered out the tobacco, so he didn't puke.
And he made Daniel drink it.
And did he puke, or was he just like, "Oh, this is so disgusting"?
He's just he was like, "This is weird," but they both tried it.
Okay,
but it was funny. They get into all kinds of pranks and shenanigans on the show. You know, there's usually a serious discussion about actual topics, and then they show progress on the distillery and what they're doing, and then there's shenanigans.
Okay.
So
I feel like there's shenanigans in it.
Yeah, there's always shenanigans.
Okay.
But they put it out weekly, and it's based in Austin.
Right.
And I definitely, next time I'm going through Austin, I want to go. I want to visit.
Nice. All right. So that one is called Whiskey Tribe on YouTube. So check out Whiskey Tribe, especially if you're into like, they do all types of whiskey. They're not just like strictly bourbon. They go for the full gamut of whiskeys, correct?
Yes.
All right. So check it out. Bob. What? Oh my goodness. I got a phone call coming through here. Go ahead.
Is it important? You need to answer that?
No,
put it on speakerphone and we'll just let the listeners interact with your phone call.
No.
Okay. So I recently stumbled upon a guy named Drew Lynch.
Okay.
DrEwLynch.
And that's his YouTube channel name too?
That's his YouTube channel name.
Okay.
I stumbled upon him. You know how we get lost in the world of Facebook videos.
Yeah.
I stumbled upon him, and once you watch one, more and more videos pop up in your feed, and I'm kind of hooked on this guy, to be honest. So he's a stand-up comedian.
Okay.
He was featured on America's Got Talent.
Nice.
That's the one with, I believe it's America's Got Talent. That's the one with Howie Mandel and Howard Stern and
Howard Stern's not there anymore, but yes.
But the
Simon
ladies,
Cowell
whatever.
Is now, I think.
So he was on that
Yeah.
a while back, and he did a pretty good job on that, but that was several years ago, and now he's been constantly doing this comedy thing.
Okay.
But the unique thing about him is he stutters.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Oh, I saw this guy. He's good.
He's got a very bad stutter.
Yep.
He was in baseball or something when he was a teenager, and he had a baseball hit him in the throat. And ever since then, he's had this horrible stutter.
Yeah.
So, of course, as fat guys doing comedy or whatever,
what are you trying to say?
Well, how many fat guys in comedy make fun of themselves being fat.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of guys.
Yeah.
He makes fun of himself having a stutter.
Yes.
But a lot of his comedy routine when he's doing the stand-up, it's improv.
Yeah.
It's fed off of the audience.
Okay.
So if you watch some of his videos, you'll notice that he's interacting with the crowd, and he's just got that dry sense of humor that is super quick. It's super witty, extreme improv, and a lot of his videos are just great.
Okay.
It makes me feel bad sometimes knowing that he struggles with this stutter.
But he's putting it out there. So, I mean, it's like...
But he's putting it out there and he's embracing it.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, this is the way it is. One lady asked him, yelled out, and that's what the crowd does, apparently. One lady yelled out and says, say banana. And that's a very tough word for him to say with the, just how the word banana is.
It's like
and he
saying
would just
escape.
Yeah, he would just get hung up on it and be like, but nah.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't say it.
Right.
Somebody recently asked him in one of the videos I saw, do you stutter during sex?
Oh, Bob,
Like,
that's
somebody just
uncalled
yelled-
for.
Somebody just yelled it out in the crowd.
Yeah.
And of course, he's going to take it, and he just embraces it and makes it this funny, hilarious thing. So go check out Drew Lynch.
Yeah. I remember seeing his...
You'll get a good laugh out of
his
him.
episode of... I, at one time, tried to watch America's Got Talent, and I actually saw him on there, and it's a really good story. Like, his thing that happens on America's Got Talent is really touching. It really is.
Yeah, he looks a lot different than he does now. He was a lot younger.
Right.
He actually had a little bit more weight to him at that point in time, being a young, chubby kid.
Okay.
Now he's a young adult. He's an adult.
Is he into CrossFit?
And, I don't know if he's into CrossFit.
He CrossFits.
But
if he was in CrossFit, you'd know because he'd talk about it.
This is how weird he is.
Yeah.
So his dog had cancer.
Oh.
And his dog beat cancer.
Nice.
But his dog had to wear a cone around its head.
Yeah.
So he decided for a week he was going to wear a cone. And it just so happened that he had a show that week.
Just imagine when
So
people
he did a
saw him
comedy
on stage
show
with a cone.
with a dog cone around his head.
Yeah.
And it wound up being a hilarious
I mean,
thing.
that is
Pretty good.
That's for sure.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's fun. I think you guys will have fun with it. I've enjoyed it. Now I'm going to continue to watch it, and I'm going to message him and see if he wants to come on the show.
That would be great. Do you think he would do it?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Sure. Check it out. All right.
We have to now.
Yeah, now you have to. You put it out there.
Well, I'll message him, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. On that Instagram.
All right. I'm interested. That would be fun to talk to Drew. All right. So, man, I really had to debate about. I was trying to
like master or just regular.
No, just regular debate in my mind. I was like, should I go with like there's two YouTube channels that I came up with that I was like, so I have a 1A and a 1B.
Well, which one have you watched more of?
Oh, you'll get mad at me for
on
the one that I watched the most of because it's called Don't Walk, Run. It's this guy who he makes fun of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez a lot, but just generally silly things that happen in politics.
Please refer to her as AOC, okay?
No, I'm just going to call her Cortez because that gets her mad. Anyway, that one, again, Don't Walk, Run, is very funny. It's just this guy that kind of he just kind of talks about the news in a funny way. Kind of enjoyable.
Okay.
But the one that I would recommend for people, this guy is still in YouTube world. This guy's still pretty small. He's got a huge amount of subscribers compared to me and anyone else in this room. But he just hit 50,000 subscribers. His name is Viva Frei. It's VIVAFREI. And he lives in Montreal, Canada, in Quebec.
Montreal. It's Montreal.
Montreal?
Yeah. If you're pronouncing it in Canadian. No, it's if you're gonna refer to it
I've never heard
in
of
Canadian,
this.
it's Montreal.
I've never heard of this. Okay.
Well, obviously you've never heard of Escape either. So
I've heard
Canadian.
a lot of people say Escape, and every time they say it, it's wrong. But Montreal, I've always heard in hockey it's Montreal, but yeah, whatever. I know if you live there as Montreal or something like that because you speak French. But Derek, I'll take it under advisement. What'd you say? Montreal?
Did you say Moscow? Did you say Moscow?
No, Montreal.
Montreal.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he say mall rats?
Listen, Viva Frei is.
Let's talk about Viva Frei.
He's very entertaining. He's a lawyer. He was a litigator in Canada, and he does these things called law vlogs every once in a while, which are pretty good. Well, he'll just take something that's happening in real like culture, like he talked about the Jussie Smollett thing and why and how they were able to dismiss the charges against him. So he does law vlogs, but those are only when something really interesting comes up that he decides to talk about. Usually he's basically just like a vlogger, but he does a lot of stuff with food.
World's biggest fried egg.
Yeah, he does like ostrich egg. He eats a lot of weird foods with his family. He cooks them up. He did a crab like probably a week ago, and he says it's a crab fail. He tried to make this crab stew and it turned out to be inedible. He hated it, but he kept eating it to try and like see if it would taste better after he was ripping the crab apart and eating pieces of it because he didn't know what you could and couldn't eat. But he's very entertaining. And again, he's just like a vlogger, but he has some really interesting stuff that he does with food. And again, he'll talk about law stuff and things like that. I find him very entertaining. His
thing is
go ahead.
Family law vlog.
Yeah. Yep.
Kind of his thing.
Yeah. And he's a big fisherman, by the way, Bob. He does a lot of ice fishing. He's really into fishing because it is still freaking cold and snowy as all get out in Montreal. Did I say it right? Montreal? Montreal.
That sounds interesting. Here's the bottom line, guys.
Because Stone Cold said so.
YouTube is a vast it's a vast space with tons of great entertainment there. I mean, you never know what you're going to stumble on. All these hidden gems, and that's why we're telling you. Yeah. I've never heard of Viva Frei or Drew Lynch, but you genuinely like make it sound like really interesting, and I want to check this out. And that's just more entertainment.
He's into drones too, by the way.
For us.
Bob, I'm selling Bob on Viva Frei because I think you'd like him.
I saw he's drone fishing, stuff like that. I subscribe. I'll check him out. I mean, that's.
I love that YouTube has obviously it's free, but there's just so much content out there to consume. You can never see it all. You can never watch it all.
How can we get on YouTube Red?
That's like original programming.
This is
YouTube. No, it's like they paid somebody.
Just about every YouTube channel is original.
Correct, but it's like they've paid you to make programming. It's like the Cobra Kai.
We should do that then. Let's just get paid.
Yeah, if they want to pay us.
Right.
YouTube, if you want to sponsor the show.
Rhett and Link had their thing from Good Mythical Morning. They had their thing on there. They did. Why can't we get original content on there that we do every single week, 3 times a week?
Because
YouTube
they have millions of subscribers.
If you want to sponsor the show, YouTube, and push us out there in that feed, that'd be great. Yeah,
I'm sure they're.
So the thing that Scott and Bob and I are pushing is if you're just listening to us through the podcasting app, try to follow us on the Facebook page and on YouTube. Yep. I think watching us on YouTube brings a little bit extra dimension because you get to see our faces. You get to see a lot of the interaction. Look at Scott frowning right now. And
do I look like I'm frowning?
A little bit. And your colic in your hair is sticking up way big.
Back there
right
or right here?
We do get a lot of comments that people say that it's a little bit more entertaining to watch on YouTube. So
it's like a different show.
If you have the opportunity, I'd say do it. And also share the show. I mean, that's kind of what we're going for. If you have the opportunity or ability to share the show with friends and family, people who you think might enjoy, do so. Send them a link.
See, I'm doing stuff in the background, so they would be missing it. I'm not talking. You guys should be waving your arms and stuff.
You're forcing it, Scott, and I disapprove.
Oh, boy.
I'm just hanging on every word that Derek says. That's all.
You're doing what?
I'm just hanging on every word that Derek says. Just
he has that. He has that talent. As he talks, you think, okay, what word is he going to say next?
Right. He's got this.
So you're like anticipating and wondering what word I'm going to say next?
Yeah, because I never know which direction you're going to go.
Oh. Is that a good thing?
It is. It's entertaining for sure.
You're a man of mystery.
You are. He feels like we're picking on him right now.
No, I mean, I want to be entertaining.
You are.
It's hard to tell sometimes. I mean, that's the thing. It's hard to tell sometimes. You never know.
I think you are entertaining, Derek. Does that make you feel better that I just said that? It's kind of we're having a counseling session right now.
It does. It does that. In a podcast, a podcast that is literally meant to be entertaining. I'm like, am I entertaining? And you're like, yeah,
you are.
So thank you.
You're definitely entertaining. Bob, you know what? I want to tell you, you're also entertaining, man.
Thanks, man.
Scott,
you do it. You really do it for the show, man. Both
Scott,
you guys.
You do an okay. You do an okay job, Scott.
I feel like, are we picking on each other? Or are we being real?
You're doing an okay.
Who knows?
I feel like we're.
I think if we've done this 300 episodes together, maybe we kind of believe in each other. Maybe a scotch.
A little bit. Scotch, good. See, again, you never know what Derek's going to say, do you?
He's just throwing out words.
We all throw out words.
I mean, do I need to come up with more weird words?
No.
I mean, you be you. Do a great job.
You got to do you.
You do you,
Derek.
Do
you.
You do you.
You do you.
Like,
why did we just...
You do you.
Why did we deviate to this?
I don't know.
Can we end the show now? Or
yeah, I think we should. I mean,
yeah.
Listen, you never get enough of this show. That's the problem. Can you? I like how everybody went silent. You can never get enough of this show.
Well, we're trying to figure out where you're going with this. You can't get enough of this show.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just trying to get some laughs.
You listeners have to understand, we don't edit this.
No.
So whatever comes out, comes out.
No.
So sometimes we do hang on words to wait and see what that person's going to say so we can, jump right off of that. So
you never know what's going to happen. You never know.
You don't.
Especially us. Fresh pot.
Do you want the fresh pots right there?
Let's go.
I think, again, I want it to be natural, guys. We don't want to just end the show abruptly. We want to drag it out so people are like, would you just end the show already? Isn't that
Go like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Go to Facebook.
I already did that.
Yeah,
give us a
I did it at the beginning of the show, too. So we've done it 3 times.
Trying to set it up for a goodbye.
All right, we're going to say goodbye. Good night. Farewell. How does the song go from Sound of Music? Da-da, da-da. Our feeders ain't good night.
Adios, amigo. Fresh Pots.